Alright, solving one-step algebraic equations. So here we have x plus 4 equals 10. So this equal sign right here is kind of like a balance. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we want to isolate x. X is our variable. We want to isolate x. We want to get it by itself. So we want to get rid of this plus 4. So in order to get rid of a plus 4, we have to subtract 4. So this becomes, if we subtract 4 from this side though, in order to keep this equal, we have to subtract 4 from this side. So on this side we have x plus 4 minus 4, and on this side we have 10 minus 4. We're just subtracting 4 from both sides so we can get x by itself. So x plus 4 minus 4, well, plus 4 minus 4, they cancel each other out. So we just have x on this side. And then 10 minus 4 gives us 6. So we have x equals 6. Now, we got our solution. We want to go back and check it. So we want to rewrite our original problem, only instead of x, we're going to substitute 6 and make sure it works. So 6, x is 6, so we substitute 6 for x, and we get 6 plus 4 equals 10. Yes, it does. Check. Next one. We have x plus 2 equals 14. We want to get x by itself. X is our variable. We want to get it isolated. So x plus 2 equals 14. How do we get rid of a plus 2? We're going to subtract 2. But in order to keep this equal, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So we subtract 2 from this side. So on this side we have x plus 2 minus 2, and we have 14 minus 2. So x plus 2 minus 2 cancels out. We just have x on this side. And 14 minus 2, that's 12. So we have our solution. X equals 12. Now we're going to go back and check it. We're going to substitute for x. We're going to substitute 12 and make sure it works. So now we have 12 plus 2 equals 14. Yeah, it does. Check. Next one, we have x plus 5 equals 2. This is a little bit harder. So we still want to isolate x. We want to get x by itself. So x plus 5 equals 2. How do we get rid of a plus 5? We're going to do the opposite. We're going to subtract 5. So, but if we subtract 5 from this side, we've got to subtract 5 from this side. So we have x plus 5 minus 5 equals 2 minus 5. Okay, so plus 5 minus 5, they cancel out. That's why we did that. So on this side, we just have x. And then on this side, we have 2 minus 5. Well, we don't subtract, we add the opposite. So 2 minus 5 is the same as 2 plus negative 5. 2 plus negative 5. If you have $2, you got paid $2. You get a bill for $5. You now owe 3. So x equals negative 3. Now we want to go back and substitute negative 3 for x in our original problem and check it. So instead of x, I write my value for x, my negative 3. So negative 3 plus 5 equals 2. Yes, it does. Check. It works. So x equals negative 3 here. Now, here we have x plus 7 equals 1. Well, we want to get rid of that plus 7, so in order to get rid of a plus 7, we subtract 7. But what we do to this side, in order to keep it equal, we must also do to this side. So x plus 7 minus 7, they cancel out. That's why we did that. So on this side, we just have x. And on this side, we have 1 minus 7. Now, once again, we don't subtract. We add the opposite. So 1 minus 7 is the same as 1 plus negative 7. So 1 plus negative 7 gives us negative 6. So x equals negative 6. Now let's go back and substitute negative 6 for x in our original problem. So we have negative 6 plus 7 equals negative 6 plus 7. Yes, it does equal 1. It checks. All right, now we're doing some subtraction here. We have x minus 6 equals 2. X minus 6 is 2. So in order to get rid of a minus 6, we've got to add 6. Well, what we do to this side, we have to also do to this side. So we added 6 here. We also added 6 here to keep this equal. So now we have x minus 6 plus 6. They cancel out. So on this side, we just have x. Now on this side, we have 2 plus 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So now we're going to check. We're going to substitute 8 for our x in our original problem. 8 minus 6 equals 2. Yes, it does. Check. That was our original problem. X minus 6 equals 2. 8 minus 6 does equal 2. It checks. All right, x minus 5 equals 7. So, to get rid of a minus 5, we're going to add 5. But if we add 5 to this side, we've also got to add 5 to this side to keep it equal. So here we have x alone. Minus 5 plus 5, they cancel out. So that's why we did that. We added 5 here. We added 5 here. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we have x equals 12. Now we're going to go back to our original problem and check it. So instead of x, I'm going to write a 12. 12 minus 5. That equals 7. Check. It works. X minus 8 equals negative 3. Okay, once again, we're going to get rid of this minus 8. How do we get rid of a minus 8? By adding 8. But if we add 8 to this side, we've also, in order to keep this equal, we have to add 8 to this side. So x minus 8 plus 8, they cancel out. We just have x on this side. X equals negative 3 plus 8. Negative 3, you got a bill for $3, then you get paid $8. So we now have x equals negative 3 plus 8 is 5. Now we're going to go back to our original problem and substitute and make sure it works. So instead of x, I write 5. 5 minus 8. Does that equal negative 3? Well, 5 minus 8 is the same as 5. Oops. 5 plus negative 8, which does equal negative 3. Yes, it checks. All right, x minus 10 equals negative 5. So we want to get x by itself. We want to isolate our variable. Our variable is x. So x minus 10 equals negative 5. To get rid of this minus 10, we're going to add 10. We're going to do the opposite. If we add 10 to this side, in order to keep this equal, we must also add 10 to this side. So x minus 10 plus 10, those two cancel out. So on this side, we just have x. Now on this side, we have minus 5 plus 10. Negative 5 plus 10, you got a bill for $5, you get paid $10. You now have $5. Positive 5. So x equals positive 5. Now we're going to go back to our original problem and substitute and make sure it works. 5 minus 10. Well, don't subtract, add the opposite. This gives us 5 plus negative 10, which does equal negative 5. It checks. All right, here we have 3x equals 15. 3 times something, 3 times x equals 15. So we want to get rid of this times something. We want to get rid of the times x. You know what? Let's save this for next time. Yeah, it is 5.